All right, we're gonna try this again. I tried to do this and the internet crashed in my house and I wasn't able to get this done. It crashed about 4 minutes in. This should probably be a quick 5-minute explanation for those that are interested. I've had a lot of questions on my YouTube channel ever since I did my Toy Shock mod. I've had a lot of folks reach out to me, messaging me on YouTube and things of that nature saying, hey, PDubs, how did you get these speakers in? How did you get them working with the Toy Shock machine? So I wanted to explain that to everybody, how we got these speakers in and how we got them working with the Toy Shock machine, because I'm getting a lot of questions on it. It's not a pretty mod. There's better ways to do it, but it got the job done. So for starters, obviously you unscrew your back box, right? Once your back box is unscrewed and you lift it up, you need to remove your haunted house bezel, right? I'll just take this over here. So you need to remove your haunted house bezel. And the bezel will slide down and slide out the slot at the bottom. Now the problem is it's double-sided sticky taped. So you're going to have to, from the top, gently pry and get that tape separated. Once it's separated, you should be able to slide it out. Now, if you're too rough with it, you're going to end up shattering the bezel. So I don't want you guys to have to accidentally shatter this and then reach out to Toy Shock and then ask them to send you a replacement. Once the bezel's gone, the speakers are mounted in the front and you can unscrew the speakers. Each speaker's got 2 screws, right? Now, once you finish unscrewing the speakers are going to pop. You just push right here and the speakers will go out that way. And then you just mount the Boss BRS40 speakers right here, right? Now, when they're mounted here, this is where it gets exciting, right? This is the challenge. And I've had a lot of people asking me on my YouTube channel, well, PDubs, how do you get the speakers to work once they're sitting in here? So the key thing to note is go ahead and cut your wires to the existing speakers here, and go ahead and remove those wires. Now, the wire you need to keep is the wire that comes with the Toy Shock machine, this connector right here, because you don't want to have to recreate these connections. You don't want to have to recreate these connectors. What you want to do is you want to tap into them. So we're going to leave this wire here, and what I did was these wires are both black, so you don't know which one's positive or negative. So what I did is, before I cut the wire, is I traced the wire back with my finger that was mounted to the positive bracket, and I put a red piece of tape on it so I'd remember, use one for positive, one for negative. Okay, so what you do is, with your speakers, is when I bought the speakers, I bought speaker wires that already had the spade connectors on there. And what you want to do is you want to simply connect this speaker to this speaker, positive to positive, negative to negative. So what I did is I had both speakers with the connectors and the wires. And again, this is ugly, but it works. I did the old school fan and tape method. So with the old school fan and tape method, what that is you cut the ends off of the 2 wires you want to connect, strip the casing off to expose the copper wire underneath, and you simply spread them like a fan. And when they're spread like a fan, you mix them up, and then you twist them like you would if you're closing up the twisty tie to a loaf of bread. Once they're twisted and shut, you can then wrap it in electrical tape. It's an old school fan and tape method. It works. It's ugly, but it works, right? Now, there are actual little connectors you can buy, little tube connectors, I forget the exact name of them, that you could just put on here and crimp on. I didn't have any on hand and I was trying to get the mod done, so I just went with the old school fan and tape. So again, we went positive to positive, negative to negative, and we connected the wires via the old school fan and tape method. Now, once that was done, we took our existing Toy Shock wire, which is right here, and we went to the tips of the wire, and we added spade connectors on each, on the tips of each one, and these just crimp on. And then we had the, what are these? The T-taps, vampire taps. And from there, so you have a positive to positive, negative to negative. Now you take the power wire and you just T-tap right into it. And I did it for both wires. There's a lot of extra wires in here, so it's not that pretty. But I wanted to have some slack in case I made mistakes. So again, positive to positive, negative to negative, run your wires, and then take the existing Toy Shock power wire, put some spade connectors on the end, and then tap into the two wires that are going from here to here, here to here, and that'll give you power to both speakers. And that's pretty much how I did it. Again, it's kind of ugly, but it works. I didn't want to do the fan and tape method, but it works, especially if you're going to connect two wires together like that. So I thought that'd be beneficial. I've had a lot of guys asking me on my channel, how did I connect them? And hopefully you guys found that interesting. So, okay, guys, that's it. Just wanted to show you guys how that happened. I'll go ahead. This video will be archived on the Toy Shock Facebook fan page, as well as I'll throw it up on my YouTube channel, YouTube PDubs Arcade Loft, and you can find it there as well. And that's how we got these speakers working using the existing wires that came with the Toy Shock machine, so we didn't have to run all new power wires down to the board underneath. So there you go, and I hope you guys have a great day.